Let's see, has it connected? It looks like it has. Hello, beautiful people. It's just after 2:30 Pacific on Monday, the 12th of June. And we are rocking it out. Yes, I see that. Okay. It's popping up all sorts of new little pieces of information for me here. Yes. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Oh my gosh. It keeps like, all right. So I always with the tech. Like every time I get started, then it's like, okay, new thing, new thing, new thing, new thing. I'm like, okay, maybe you want to pop up these alerts like when the app is started, but not when we've gone live. That could be helpful so that you're not trying to distract me, but whatever. I think it's meant to build a muscle in me to be able to pay attention to a bunch of stuff at once. How's everybody doing? Hope well. Yes, I hope. Let me see. I'm going to do a text overlay. This is where I get to come up with what font do I want to use. I want to use my Ladybug font again, but I really don't. I'm not going to use my Ladybug font. But that Ladybug font is so cool. Hey, John. Hey, Caroline. Hello, Robin. All right, we are going to ask, are you patient? I'm going to ask, I'm going to add just like that. Are you patient? Okay? Are you patient? Are you patient? I'm a patient person. Yes. Good morning, Aurora. Oh, Sydney. Awesome. Excellent. Good. That's part of why I choose 2:30 for almost everything that we do in the world of self-management for actors, like our phone calls for our curriculum programs. And then anytime I'm doing a Facebook Live or whatever, I try to get it around 2:30 because 2:30 will take care of you if you're in Sydney. You just have to be up early. It'll take care of you before you go to bed if you're in the UK. For the most part, and obviously it gets the folks in the East Coast pretty easily before they have to go to shows or whatever, and it's right smack in the middle of the day here in LA. So hopefully that timing works for most of the folks who are interested in the good stuff we do with self-management for actors. Thanks, Robin. I appreciate that. Hi, Kate. Yay! You're patient except when driving. That's awesome. If you're patient everywhere except when driving, that's like one little exception. That's okay, because it means you have a muscle for being patient, and we can work out the rest of that for while you're driving later. That's cool. Sandy, you can be patient. You can be. Okay, so you have the ability. I like that. That's cool. Lily is crying. Why are you crying, Lily? Why are you crying? Robin is crying. Why is everybody crying? Why cry laugh? Why are you cry laugh? I want to know. Today's juice is actually technically not a juice. It's coconut water, coconut cream, and spirulina. But if they make it at a juice place, so we'll call it a juice. Anyway, maybe not patient, but persistent, Caroline. Okay, good. Sandy, not too patient here. You like things to move along. I get that. I get that. I'm a very proactive, productive, action taker. And so, yeah, I like to move things along. I could see that. But know that when let me maybe define this a little more. Like when you're not hearing back about something for which you auditioned, or maybe you're impatient with how much you've gone out this past season. You don't feel like your agent is getting you out enough. You feel like by now you should be farther along in your career. How are you with those types of examples of being patient or not so patient? You can cry, laugh. Good. You cry, laugh. Okay, good, Lily. I'm glad to know what that was. You try to be patient, Kate. Depends on the day. Practice. Yes, it's a muscle. Patience is a muscle. Everything that we want to try and improve and strengthen, if we look at it like a muscle, it gets so much easier because we just build it and make it stronger. Use it more, it gets stronger. Aurora, when I'm feeling impatient, I feel that I'm living in future self or being in should. You really are. Oh my gosh, that's such a great way to say it. Because if you're impatient, it means you're dissatisfied with the right now. And I am such a fan of my right now that patience is really not an issue for me. Erin, yes, you could use some work building that muscle. For me, it's one of those issues of I'm so okay with exactly what I have right now. I'm not waiting for some future version of me who has it all to then get to be happy. Because why do I want to wait for some kind of conditions to be met in order to be happy? I would like to be happy right now. So I choose that. And I think maybe that's even a part of strengthening the patient's muscle. Mike, you're listening to my book right now. Thank you. Yeah, the book Self-Management for Actors is available on audiobook format as well. And so if you like listening to me talk for 17 plus hours, the audiobook of Self-Management for Actors is a way to go. Ugh, that's a lot. Patient with those things tend to move on, and if it happens, it happens. Robin. Okay, good. Hi, Grace. Glad you're here. Hello, Natasha. Awesome. Good to see you, beautiful people. Excellent. Okay, well then this is good. I was thinking we might have a lot of folks going, nope, I'm not patient. I want it now. I know what I want and I want it now. And damn it, get it here yesterday. I love the line from Postcards from the Edge where, which is of course Carrie Fisher's memoir, and the Carrie Fisher character who's being played by Meryl Streep is in this conversation about how she needs to have more patience, and the person speaking to her says, you're just so into instant gratification, and she says instant gratification takes too long. And I remember being in my early 20s seeing this movie for the first time and hearing that line and going, instant gratification does take too long. Like I want it the second I've decided I want it. And I think maybe a lot of my strong muscle for patience has to do with the fact that I'm knocking on 47, and that's a very different relationship with time than you have perhaps when you're a lot younger. So thank you. There's the link right there. My team is with me. Thank you so much for dropping that link in the comments to Self-Management for Actors 4th edition audiobook, as well as the physical book, Kindle. We're back in the top 10 for Kindle again today, and I freaking love it when that happens, when a book that's in its 4th edition, 3rd printing, and gosh, the 4th edition came out 3.5 years ago. Do I have that right? Yeah. That's awesome to keep doing that well. Makes me very, very happy. Katie, you're a little impatient with self-development. I've seen that in you, Katie. I've seen that in you, and I'm glad you recognize it too. And it's interesting because it's almost like you set yourself up for having unreasonable standards for how quickly you can create change. And when you see these things, anything that you want to change, as a form of building a muscle, you know that you don't just build a muscle overnight. You strengthen it and you constantly improve it and you consistently do the work. And then eventually there's this moment where you're doing something that you never thought you could do before. And you're able to say, oh, that's because I put in the time, I put in the work, and the muscle got stronger and stronger and stronger. And when we're looking for evidence of it getting stronger too fast, it can be incredibly frustrating. And then that frustration, by the way, doesn't improve the situation. That frustration doesn't make us more likely to feel that we are on the road to whatever it is that we say we want. You must be patient, Elizabeth. Yes, because you're union in a smaller market. Yeah, if you're a minor market actor who has her union membership, that's going to take a lot of patience, and I love that you have that. For those of you who are leaving really long comments, just know that the way this layout works, I can't see them if they're longer than just a couple quick little lines across the part of my screen that I can see. So for these longer ones, I'll try to come back in replay and read the comments and share my thoughts with you. But if you want to get me something that's seriously like tweet length, I'll be able to see it as it's scrolling by, and we can engage here during the live. Yay! Oh, good, Katie. I'm glad that reframing helps. Good. That makes me happy. Ryan, so glad you're here, sweetheart. Cool, Gio. Glad you like the topic. Marta, always good to see you. Y'all rock. Well, good. Okay, so I was thinking about the whole concept of patience, really, and realizing that for me, at least, when I was younger, any lack of patience I had came from wanting something that was going to make my life better. And I always thought once I get, so it's incredibly results oriented. Y'all know this though. You probably figured that out, and you're going to get to see me do some tech now and I knew this was going to happen. Y'all have this little light. Oh my God, I love this. This Dynex light is everything. I got it on a, what is this, a Gorilla Grip? Freaking love this tripod. Freaking love this light. It's a little LED light that runs off 2 AAA batteries. And since I thought it had been a while since I changed the batteries, I staged a couple of batteries right here handy. so I could do exactly this if I had to. Because you could see, I mean, like I'm okay in terms of lighting, even with just the sun. But since most of the sun is right back there, I can very easily get backlit in a way here that makes it a little challenging. So what I like to do is have that to counterbalance it. Ta-da! And if ever that light is too harsh, I just take a Kleenex and pop it over there. And seriously, that's my $8 light kit. You're welcome. Anyway, all right. Is that patience is something that when we want a result, and y'all probably saw this coming, the idea that if there is some result out there that if I were to have that result, achieve that result, then I would be happier. I would feel better. I would be in a place where I'm more content with my life. Okay, so first of all, we already know being results oriented is a way to give away a lot of power. Being results oriented is a way to not own the here, the now, the I actually am incredibly grateful for everything that I currently have. As lives go, my life's pretty damn good, that kind of thing. So there's that, first of all. But second, if you really start to break it down and understand that when we want something that we don't yet have, because we think we're going to be happier when we have it, right? I want this role, I want this agent, I want to move to this market because I think I'm going to be happier than I am right now when that thing happens. Okay, cool. So the reason behind the result that we want, as we break this down, is because ultimately I want to be happier, which I think in life, that's what the quest is. The pursuit of happiness is the deal. We want to be on the happy train because happy feels good. So why not, right? Okay, so if what I want is to be happier, and I've tethered this result to the happiness, how about I disconnect the two and just choose to be happier, choose to be in a better feeling place, as the Abraham Hicks saying goes. Like, how about I just say, I want to be happy right now. I don't want to wait till I sign with that agent. Yes, when I sign with that agent, I'm going to celebrate and go, yay, awesome, let's do this, let's start making some more money. Yes, when I book that role, I'm going to say, yay, I'm awesome, look what I booked. I've reached that next tier, and there's some outside evidence of that. Awesome. But if the reason I want that stuff is because I want to be happier, how about I lean into being happier now with what I've got? And then that stuff's going to come because it is a natural fit for that level of happiness that I'm already walking around rocking. Okay, so bear with me on this. We're creatives. We're storytellers. Part of what we do for a living is create emotions that don't exist and make them real for ourselves, so much so that we've made them real for the viewing audience, right? You see where I'm going with this? You have the power to create an emotion out of nothing and make it so real for yourself that it is real for others watching. That's your storytelling gift. That's that shit you do, right? So you can't tell me that you can't choose to be happier right now. So if I want a thing so I can be happier, how about I be happier and don't worry about the thing. Don't use the thing. Don't give away that much power. Do something I know I am capable of doing. Get happier. And then watch what comes. What do y'all think about that? Yeah? Larissa, powerful? Caitlin, you are back in LA. Welcome home, hun. Oh my gosh, baby, and you are watching me, and I just swore up a storm. Your baby's too young to know that I swore up a storm, though. Okay, so we're safe, right? Good. Sandy, you like it? Yeah? Alexandra, yes. Katie, yes. Courtney, yes. Courtney's big yes, all caps, awesome. Andrew, oh, Andrew says that's what's up, right? Isn't it? Jill says amen. Tina giving me some stars. Preach from Lily. Lisa, yes. Thumbs up. Brittany and Robin. Heart from Jill. Y'all rock. Okay. So we got this. Caroline, like it? Mike, yes. Okay. So we got this. Anytime you start feeling a lack of patience for your result, take yourself through this little conversation. I want the result, so I will be happy. Hang on, I'm an actor, I'm a storyteller. Let me create a story of happy right now. And one of the things that can be required to do this, frankly, is thinking about a different topic. But you can find a way to get happy. You just might have to take your attention off that thing that's feeling like a throbbing toothache because you want it and you want it now, and it's something that you've wanted a long time, and you're very practiced at the emotion of that tetheredness that I was talking about before. So if, for instance, I am all up in this thing, I've got this big meeting and I'm too like, and I'm so excited, but I'm excited for all the right reasons. It's because like I want this and it means a lot to me. And I know that it's going to create change in my life and in the lives of the people around me and those that I love and my family, because it's going to mean a tear jump, which is going to mean more money, which is going to mean a completely different situation for a whole bunch of people and all the other stuff that cascades around that. Okay, great. There's a lot there. So maybe I don't think about that right now. I just go, cool. Ultimately, I want all that because that's all happy stuff, but I've got a little too much anxiety attached to the thing, the meeting. And if I walk into that meeting with that anxiety attached, they're going to feel it. I'm going to feel it. And we're going to have a shitty ass meeting. And we don't want to have a shitty ass meeting. We want to have a really great meeting. We want to have an awesome meeting. We want to have an I feel good, you feel good. Hey, we're hanging out with each other and we like this. Let's make magic together kind of meeting. We want it to be low key cash, right? So we need to get that anxiety kind of taken off it because that stench comes in with us if we've got too much of it, or really any of it. I mean, seriously, even an ounce of it is too much of it. So getting that anxiety kind of taken off is one of the things that is part of our work. And so for me, that means I got to think about anything else. I got to go over to this other place in my brain and get out of prepping for this meeting because this meeting's got anxiety attached to it. Great. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to think about my cat because my cat's awesome. She's evil and she's hilarious. And I love her. And she's evil and hilarious. And I love her. And I can think about her and I'm happy. Great. Cool. That was easy. Done. Got myself over there. And you're like, yeah, but Bonnie, what do you do? You're like putting your attention on your cat when your head needs to be in the game about this meeting. I'm like, hang on. You're telling me that getting into a better feeling place means my head's not going to be in the game for this meeting? Like suddenly I'm going to forget all the things that I need to be prepared to do in this meeting. I'm going to forget how to meeting because I thought about my cat for a minute just to get less anxious about this. No. And this is Tim Ferriss put this in a really good way. And I was covering this for Getting Gear for the Next Tier. We were having a conversation about Tim Ferriss and his book, Tools of Titans, and his list of 17 questions that shaped his life and 17 common traits that he's found in leaders and billionaires and people who just have these amazing careers and lives. And these traits that we were going through and kind of putting them through the filter of self-management for actors. One of the ones that I love them all, but each to a different degree. But one of the ones that I love is this idea of fear setting. Fear setting, like goal setting. We tend to walk around with fear kind of living up here as this vague thing. And when we are I'm putting that up. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? I love this. I'm taking out that one. I'm putting up this one. I love it. Wait, that means, hang on. Y'all know what I got to bring back. Got to put my fire over here. Got to put my fire over here. Okay, love it. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I love all this stuff. Okay, when fear is sitting here rolling around in the brain, it has a lot of power because it's incredibly vague. And when it is incredibly vague, when anything is incredibly vague, it has a lot of power. Don't believe me? Think back to when you were a kid and there was a monster in the closet or under the bed or under the stairs. One of those three, right? Or in the basement. But that counts as under the stairs. Under the stairs, in the closet, under the bed. Those are the big three for the scary monster, right? We all had one of those somewhere. It isn't until you go and put a flashlight under the bed or go downstairs, turn on all the lights, look in the closet with all the lights on that you go, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. It's that vagueness that exists when you don't have the light and therefore your senses attuned on what it is that you're seeing, or in this case, not seeing, that makes the fear so big. So what Tim Ferriss suggests is this thing called fear setting, and it's like goal setting, but for your fears. And you actually just write the fuck out your fears. Write them down. Describe that monster. Write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down. Now, first of all, you're going to get really bored really fast because as you write down these fears, you're going to go, none of this shit's actually going to happen. I'm irrationally afraid, and all fear is irrational. Not true. Fear of this kind, career conversation fear. I'm not talking about like I'm in a dangerous place and there's a predator. Obviously, that fear, the lizard brain fear, the limbic system fear, is of course legit, and we're wired for it specifically so that we don't die. That one, don't disregard that one. I'm talking about the kind of fear that keeps you from mailing your submissions to your target agents. That fear. I'm talking about that fear. That kind of fear that keeps us from the next step in what we say we want, which is that next tier agent, that person that's going to believe in us, that's going to submit us, that's going to help us make that step and that transition to whatever it is that's coming next for us in our careers. Those types of fears, when we write them out, what am I afraid that's going to happen here? That fear setting, like goal setting, makes everything super specific in a way that we go, oh, well, that fear is some bullshit. Or that fear is not some bullshit. I'm afraid they're going to say my footage sucks. Hey, you know what? My footage could be stronger. And so if I have a fear that when I submit to this agent, the agent's going to say my footage sucks, and I agree that my footage can be stronger, my actual next step is not submit to agents. My actual next step is improve my footage. And I can do that right now. I've got friends. We've got tech. We're connected enough in this community that we can put on something in a weekend. And I know what it needs to look like to reach the level that is not going to make the agent say your footage sucks. So that takes care of that fear. Fear setting actually removes some of those fears so that you can move forward on the things that you actually control, which all of this helps to build that muscle for patience because you are focusing on the things that you control. You're taking care of your work from your empowered place. And when you are nervous about or anxious about what it is you're hoping will come down the line and you're impatient for results, you're able to say, I don't need to be impatient for this thing that's 4 steps away. This thing that's 4 steps away has 3 things that I need to be doing before we're at that moment. And let me work on those where I have a whole lot more power and a whole lot more control and therefore can steer the joy as I head to this next thing. And then when I get in there and have that meeting, I have feelings of course, I'm here. I got this meeting because I'm awesome. And they took a look at me on paper and decided I'm a good fit. They agreed with me and the research that I've done because I'm a ninja and I know what research led to this truth for me, that we were a good fit. And now here we are together and we're going to have this meeting and we're just going to hang out. I have a couple clients who right now are having some really amazing experiences, like dreamed their whole lives for meetings and experiences and opportunities at these tiers, and they're having them. And we're then having conversations of, oh my God, I went in the room and all we did was just hang out. Is that what was supposed to happen? And I'm like, that's exactly what happens. When you're at a certain tier and you've done the work to get there, all you're doing is hanging out to see if we like working together. That's it. That's it. That is the work. Then the work is you trust that shit. You trust that shit. You trust your team. You trust that you put in the work that led you to this moment and to these people. And no, Elizabeth, this is not me playing with my hair. I'm just moving it off my shoulders. Don't worry. I know you're watching me. Make sure I don't get all playing with my hairy, because it's about this time in the broadcast where I would start like, oh, I gotta mess with this shit. So I'm not going to promise, but in case I do, I'm prepared. Put it up. You know the deal. Anyway. But yeah, at a certain tier, the big work is the trust. And so I'm a fan of starting the work of the trust earlier. Like, start trusting now, but trust because you're putting in the work. You can't just sit there and say, it's the parable of the guy with the flood, and he has such faith in God and says, I don't need to, be saved by the guy who came by in a boat. During the flood, I'm sitting up on the top of my house and the boat came by. I don't need to get in the boat because God's going to save me. And then a helicopter comes by and they drop a rope and he's like, oh, no, I don't need to take your rope in your helicopter because God's going to save me. Then he dies and he's hanging out with God and he's like, dude, what happened? And God's like, dude, I sent you a boat and a rope and a helicopter. And so think of it that way. You do have to be putting in the work as well. And then you trust that work is going to be met with the yes and of the people that you're meant to connect with. Cool. The ark, is that the story of the ark, Mathis? Is it? I don't know. You're going to be back in replay? Cool. Awesome. Carlos, you like that? Awesome. Robin, thank you. Yeah, Elizabeth, I know. Believe me, Elizabeth, I now think of you're like the voice in my head every time I think all right, how's my hair before I'm going live? Because I know if I'm going to start messing with it, you're going to call me out. That's your job. Elizabeth, that's your job. You're my hair monitor. It's not your job. Please don't feel you have to be my hair monitor. I just know you will. You'll call me out. Is this helping? You're all feeling like you got some tools for how you can work the muscle of patience? I like thinking of it as a muscle. Thanks, Alex. I like thinking of it as a muscle. Y'all know I'm into pole fitness. I've been doing pole for 5.5 years now. And I've also recently lost a significant amount of weight. I'm down more than 50 pounds now. So there's that. But more importantly than weight loss is I have been putting in the work of sometimes 4 pole classes a week for 5.5 years. And I've done a lot of traveling and I've had a couple surgeries and I've had to miss weeks or sometimes months at a time. So it's not like, 3-4 classes a week every week for 5.5 years. But what I'm going to tell y'all is the muscle building gets to a point where you're in class, or in this case, I'm in class and I'm doing stuff that I'm like, I never thought I was going to be able to do that. And then the next trick, I'm nailing it. And the next trick, I'm nailing it. And I'm going, where is that time for each trick where everything is hard? Like, I'm so used to, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. Oh, I got it. Oh, no, it was a fluke. It's still hard. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't a fluke. There it is again. Okay, no, maybe I have this. Maybe I have this. Repeat. But that long of how hard it is. But I realized that this is exactly the same as the tier trajectory for creatives in this business, is that you're doing the work down here and slogging away, and it feels like, my God, this is so much effort, and I'm having to put so much into it, and maybe I'm getting a couple paid gigs a year, or maybe I'm getting a dozen auditions a year, and it just feels like so much work for so little return. But what happens is you keep at it and you keep building these muscles and you keep building these relationships and you keep saying yes to the right things. And more importantly, you keep saying no to the wrong things, so that you build the muscle. And then there comes a time when you're like, holy shit, I can do this and I can do this and and each new thing you try, you can do, and without much effort. Because the truth of it is, the effort was all the work that you were doing at the beginning. It is always harder at the beginning. And that's why the patience for just staying with it, sticking it out, not saying I'm going to give it a year, and then if I don't have my name in lights by the time I've been in LA a year, oh, well, fuck LA, I'm out. I mean, that's an irrational goal. That is an irrational timeline. And the truth of it is, it takes a decade. And when people hear that, they're like, ah, and I go, well, okay, but it also is going to take a decade to get a decade farther in your life, no matter what pursuit you're on. So you might as well be pursuing the life of your dreams, right? It's going to take a decade. Well, cool. So if you know that, patience is easy because you can go, it's not supposed to be hitting yet. How could I possibly be impatient? It's not supposed to be hitting yet. And when I see it hitting for other people and I start going, hey, why them, not me? Okay, well, why them brown eyes, me blue eyes? Whatever. That comparison game is going to make you nuts. Why them? Because of a different set of circumstances, a different amount of work, a different configuration of relationships over time. They could have already done their 10,000 hours to Malcolm Gladwell it out. They could have already done their 10 years, but the spin is that it's only been 4. You don't know. You're not in them. You in you. Do you. Focus on you, on what you can control. Cool. Aaron, control freak. The hardest part is allowing something or someone else to take the reins. But Aaron, it's not even giving up the reins. It's realizing you never had them. You never had them. You're trying to take them on, but it ain't yours. There's that. There's that. Hey, Sandra, glad you're here. Sandra, I always want to make sure it's Sandra and not Sandra, and that's because my aunt's name is Aunt Sandra. Her name is not Aunt Sandra, but my aunt's name is Aunt Sandra. And so I'm always sensitive to, is it Sandra or Sandra? But I call you Sandra because I'm assuming that's what it is, because that's what it is for most people. But I figure I should check. It's like Andrea and Andrea. And of course, everybody should be Andrea because of 90210. Duh. Anyway. What y'all got? What's on tap this week? What y'all gonna make happen? What you excited about? I love dropping in and doing these Facebook Lives. These are fun. Yeah, Rihanna, slow and steady is the real deal. What was that? That was also a line from the Tim Ferriss thing. He was quoting the Navy SEALs. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I think it was. Brenda, thank you. I'm so glad you're having fun your first time with us. I do these randomly. Aaron is really great about saying it's time to get another Facebook Live on the books. But because I'm also doing Facebook Lives with my membership course, getting gear for the next tier. Once people are in the vault, we have a private Facebook group and I do these for them as well. I forget. I'm like, oh, it has been a while since I've done one. So, I don't have a regular schedule, but, let's see. Who has a meeting? Mike. Meeting with a manager tomorrow. Book the room. Hope it's a hell yes manager. Hope you've done your research. Hope you're excited. Am I saying it right, Sandra? Okay, thank you. Good. You might have found an apartment in Chicago. Go, Amy. I'm excited for your big move. Good. Using this notion of conversation and not impression is badass. Mike, let me tell you about that. Let me tell you, Mike. Here's the deal. They invited you in because they're interested in you. You have a meeting because they saw something in you that intrigued them. Your job is now not to go in there and impress them. You already impressed them. That's how you got the meeting. Now your job is to see two-way street. Are we a good fit? That's it. The only criteria now is, are we a good fit? Don't think of it like a casting. You are not going in and auditioning for them. They already saw dollar signs or they would not have taken the meeting. So even if they have you read copy just to see how you are on the fly, that's more of just getting to know your style. So really reframe this. You're not auditioning. You're just checking them out. They're checking you out. If you're dogs, you're sniffing each other's butts. That's it. That's all that is. I think that should be a chapter in self-management for actors. Rep meetings are just butt sniffings. What do you think? I don't know. You joined the TV Academy. John, congratulations and welcome. Did you join in time to get to vote? Voting opened today. And I'm so excited because there are ninjas nominated for this first round of Emmy voting right now. So excited because I get to go in there and make my votes for all my ninjas. It makes me so happy. You're going to a target agent. It scrolled away. Shoot. These are going by too fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Thank you, Navy SEALs. Thank you, Rihanna. Awesome. Katie, 2 Thrival job interviews this week. Congratulations, because I know you've been looking to add to your collection of jobs. I'm the hero you needed, Mike. You your own hero. I can give you some good information, but you your hero. You do that. You do that. Brad, I'm glad I make you laugh cry. Is it laugh cry or cry laugh? Cry laugh. I love that one. I like the one that's also kind of sideways cry laugh. Like he's a little cocked off to the side. Aurora, premiere screening of short film struck here in Sydney on Thursday. Aurora, take pictures. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Do the hashtag SMFA Ninjas so that I can make sure I find them. Do I have that? I do. I have that. I have that already written out. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Awesome. Excellent. Kimberly, hope the family's doing well. Sending y'all vibes. Yes, Mike, you are the hero. Don't make me your hero. No. I'm my hero. You be your hero. Audition later today. Kate, awesome. Thrival job interview Thursday. Excellent. Good. I'm glad that you'll be able to take this with you. Put it in your pocket. Replay this. I'll put the replay up both here on Facebook and at YouTube. For those of you watching in replay on YouTube, I always forget to say this, and I should. I close off comments at the YouTube version because, oh sweet Jesus, like I need to be more places answering questions. So come over to the Facebook group and find this video there and pop questions in there so that I don't have to be all over the place answering the same questions. We could just do it all in one place. Make it easier. Good. Okay, good, Kimberly. I'm so glad. Awesome. And of course, book the room for that little one going on auditions. I love it. As a former kid actor, I love it. I love that she's out there having fun. And of course, God, if we could just remember what it was like if we started as kids, because I know not everybody did, but if we started as kids, if we can remember what it was like to just go in and play make-believe, and every audition was awesome because we got to play, and then some place in adulthood we decided that we failed if we didn't book it, and worst of all, that we failed if we got a callback or got put on a veil and then got released, like calling that failure rather than saying, no, that's actually win, and then second place, third place, not win. But it's not fail. Oh my God, it's so not fail. But anyway, I don't know why we do that. I don't know. Gotta work that shit out. It's a lot. Ashley, I can't see the whole question because it's cut off in my screen here while I'm broadcasting. But you're getting back into the game after being a caregiver. Awesome. Love that. I took time away from my creative career to go be with my mom at the end of her time here on the planet. And I never regretted for a minute taking that time away, taking that hiatus. And then it turned out that once I was coming back to acting, I was like, no, this writing thing is better. And I'm sitting in on all these casting meetings and enjoying what I'm getting to do as a journalist. I'm enjoying writing about and demystifying the acting stuff from a business perspective. I don't think I'm meant to go back to acting. So it really changed things for me in a very positive way. It was awesome. I'm so thrilled. My God, acting was the bait to get me to do the thing that I'm actually put on this planet to do, which I love. Oh my gosh. So are y'all signed up for next month's call? Y'all know the Self-Management for Actors, what's it called? Tune-up call? Hang on, I'm going to move the little hashtag. Oh, if I move the hashtag too far over there, y'all won't be able to see it. Let's put it there, because it's very bright up there. Let me give you the URL again. We're going to put it over there. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with the titles. I need to bring the little fire back, but I won't. If you head over to smfa4.com and sign up, we have a free quarterly call July 11th, so that's now less than a month away, and it's my birthday. So 7/11, my birthday, free quarterly call, and also at that time, we will have just finished our mid-year challenge, which I'm so excited to bring to y'all. This one's totally free. It's just an opportunity to kind of kick off some of that summer sludge and really hit into the next half of the year feeling empowered and strengthened and fortified in this creative journey of yours. But you want to make sure that you are on my mailing list so that you can get all the information about that, so you can sign up for that, plus the free quarterly call. And also we get all of our hot sheets updated in conjunction with the quarterly call. So be on the lookout for that. On my birthday, Sandra, yes, I always do the quarterly call on my birthday. Oh, well, on the 11th, we do it January 11th, which is my half birthday. We do it on April 11th, which I guess is my 3/4 birthday. We do it on July 11th, which is my birthday, and October 11th, which is my quarter birthday. But that's for me, the 11th is easy. My monthly program, All Access, we do our monthly calls on the 11th of the other 8 months of the year. So it's like we always have something going on the 11th. And I chose the 11th because the 11th is awesome. Because it's my birthday. And I love spending my birthday doing shit that I love. And getting to hang out with y'all is something I love. Clearly. Because I do it a lot. Thirsty Third Thursday, for those of you in LA, is coming up on this Thursday the 15th. So if you're in LA, live in LA or visiting LA, you don't have to RSVP, but you do have to be 21. Come with us to Thirsty Third Thursday. It's every month with 5 Thursdays. We go out and do the whole karaoke thing. And you don't have to sing. It's fun, but I mean, if it's not your thing to sing, don't worry about it. There's other shit to do there. We have a blast, and we get together. It's a wonderful way to connect with alumni from other classes. Like if you took a class online and you want to meet some people who took class in person, or you want to meet some coaching clients or some of my masterminders, or you're not even alumni and you just want to get to know a great community. It's awesome. It's not an exclusive community. It's a great place to get to connect with people that you find interesting, maybe through our Facebook group, and now you want to just meet them in person. Create an accountability group, maybe shoot a short film, get some stuff up on your reel. It's awesome. So join us. Yay, Third Thursday. So excited. Yes, Aurora, I am a Cancer with Libra Moon and Libra Rising. So I am told because of the Libra Moon and Libra Rising that I am often confusing to people when they are trying to peg me as a Cancer, because my traits can be less Cancer and more Libra because of that double whammy. And so I've always been told read both horoscopes because they both will cover what's going on. But I'm also more into numerology. So I'm obsessed with people's birthdays. So I'm of course interested in the zodiac signs and all that, but I am super crazy about numerology. And so I'm a number 8 by birth, which I'm like, oh hell yes, all day. I am an ENTJ. I am an 8 on the Fascinate Advantage. I am the Victor. Yep. All these things. Check, 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 check. Yes, correct. Ryan, you're going to be there. Yay. Good, good, good. Ryan, are you bringing your man? Are you bringing your man? Do I get to meet your man? Do I get to meet him? Do I? I love meeting other people's partners, spouses, and kids and whatnot. No, your kids got to be a certain age if I am really excited to meet them, truth be told. Because if they're at that age where they're just a pain in the ass, I'm like, come to me when we can have a logical conversation and I can talk to you rationally about this shit that you think is cute. You see why I'm not a breeder. Okay, good, Ryan. Yay. Yeah, someday, Elizabeth, fly in for Thirsty Third. Do it. Kate, you're 7/7. Awesome. I love the symmetry of that. Fellow Cancer. Excellent. Cheers. Well, thank you, sweetie. I have fun. Cool. So do y'all have any questions for me before we close off? If y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer it. Y'all were like down with all that patience conversation, which makes me super happy. Because that was quick and gave you some tools that hopefully you put in your pocket, and you can come back and rewatch that little segment there at the beginning about patience when you need it. And you are also a Cancer, Miss Erin. Your birthday's coming up, 6/26. Coming up. Yay! Awesome. Yeah, it's officially almost Cancer season. What do we got? Like what do we have? Another week of Geminis? Oh my God, my anniversary's this week. My husband and I got married on the 16th. That's coming up. We just randomly got married. We didn't plan a big wedding. Well, we did. We planned a big wedding for October 12th, 2002, and then canceled that wedding because it had become a total shit show, and our families were driving us nuts. I mean, seriously, our families are batshit crazy and were making us batshit crazy, and it was not okay. So we canceled that wedding. We actually celebrate our non-anniversary, which is October 12th, the day we didn't get married, more than we celebrate our anniversary, because we just randomly picked a day and we're like, today? Okay, cool, let's do it. And so then we went and got married. So when I'm like, oh my God, our anniversary's coming up, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, it is the day after Thirsty Third. So possibly we will still be at Boardwalk 11 on Thirsty Third when it becomes midnight, therefore being our anniversary. So we'll have to have a toast. It'll be great. Aquarius Alexandra. Good. 7/20 for you, Robin. So you're still Cancer? You're right before it trades over to Leo? Lisa, thank you. Are you joining me for poll? Miss Lisa, are we going to pole dance together on the 24th? That's the question. Yes. Good, good. While you're awaiting auditions, you're training. I love that, Elizabeth. That's so smart. So smart. You know, like, you really have to think of yourself as a professional athlete. And we know a professional athlete in the off season is not just sitting around eating Cheetos. Seriously. Lisa, did you already register? Because if you did, I have to make sure I go get a spot. Because they'll let me come take it with you. And then at the end, I get to demo for you so I can show you all the shit I can do. Which is very exciting. Oh my God, I've been working my Jasmine lately. Yesterday's class was so hard. Sunday's class is advanced 2. I am so sore, and I'm left-handed, so this is why I'm feeling my left shoulder, because oh my God, I worked the fuck out of this side of my body, my whole body, but especially like, I needed like some ice packs after all that. I got class tomorrow night, but tomorrow class is an easier class. Easier class. Whew. So it's just maintenance and working the fundamentals and the foundational stuff. But anyway, what was I saying? Professional athletes. Professional athletes don't sit around eating Cheetos and not working out during the off season. They are still working out on the off season. So when you are not auditioning, when you are not on set, you need to be working out. And I don't just mean your craft. I mean your business, your meeting savvy, your yes and. Put down those Cheetos, Elizabeth. Thank you. You need to be in a place of maintaining your energy and your stamina for this career. Okay, Lisa, get registered for that poll teaser and tell them, like if you call them or if you email them after you do the registration online, or you can call to register if you want. The number's on the website. Tell them you're mine, and then they'll hold a place for me. So excited to fly with you. We're going to have so much fun. Yeah, Alexandra, do you want to come on the 24th? You want to come? 6/24? 6/24? Saturday, 2 weeks from now. Not quite 2 weeks from now. Yes. A winning body is built in the off season. Rihanna, I love it. You're such a goddess. Look at you. You and your quotes, girl. Awesome. Yeah, do it. Do it. But just remember, like every minute that you're not on set living the life of your dreams, remember, yes, you are. You're living the life of your dreams right this second. It's just this second looks like it looks for a professional athlete who's not actually at the Super Bowl or in the World Series or whatever championship game we want to use, depending on the sport of choice. At that moment, living your dreams means contract negotiations and going to the gym and working with a trainer and really refining what the moves need to look like so that you are at your best when you are on that set. That maintenance, that ability to stay plugged in and to stay on, and I mean with your ability to do brand prov, with your ability to take a good meeting, with your ability to talk craft and to talk business and what's going on in this business, and really being plugged in to the community of this world that is so important to you. Like, it blows me away the number of actors that I talk to who say this is their life. This is everything that they want for themselves. And then they can't be bothered to keep up with what's being talked about in the trades. They don't know one showrunner from another. They have no idea what's happening at upfronts, or which shows have been picked up for mid-season and what sort of replacement casting has gone on. They don't know what's going on politically with the unions. They have no idea how close we are to a strike at any given time. They don't know about negotiations going on with the commercial base rate through the unions and things like that. And I'm like, y'all, it's your business. It's your business to know this business. And your fluency for this business is going to be part of what makes you a more attractive business partner for someone at the next tier. So let's close off with this. Here's what I want you to do. We do this as a part of getting gear for the next tier. If you want to check that out, let me swap out a URL for you. Hold up. I'm going to give you a URL. If you want to check this out, we're going to be doing a nice big enrollment push for this course over the course of the next few weeks. We just had 2 people enroll yesterday, day before. They buddied up and got in together, and I love it when that happens because it's a wonderful way to make use of these 100 days. It's a 100-day challenge. All the information is at that link. One of the things that we work on that I want to leave y'all with is starting to embody the habits, starting to build the pattern of habit for next tier you. Thanks, Rihanna. I think the course is awesome too. It's the work I'm proudest of by far. I'm so crazy about this course. And y'all, I'm so crazy about y'all in the course. You're amazing, brilliant people who are absolutely making me pinch myself over how much phenomenal work you're doing in such a short period of time. It's awesome. It's everything I wanted it to be. So thank you. What you start thinking about is next tier you. Thank you, Aurora. I appreciate it. I really do. What does next tier you look like? What does next tier you do every day? Ryan, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. What does next tier you consider acceptable when it comes to sitting around and bitching about what's wrong with your agent? Does next tier you sit around and bitch about what's wrong with your agent, or does next tier you go, yeah, well, time to do some work to figure out who my next agent's going to be? Because we're going to have a nice little meeting here, and we're going to do some firing, and we're going to do some hiring. And next tier me has a business to run, and next tier me, no scrubs. Next tier you doesn't sit around and bitch about how things are. Next tier you comes up with solutions for how things get done. And what I find interesting is how leaders are emerging as a part of this program. Because starting with day 2, I infuse a lot of leadership training. And at first, when I was designing the curriculum, I went, I don't know. I think if I don't make this all results, and here's, yes, do some mindset. So we talk about, minimizing the need for results. Yes. But if leadership, and then I took a look at it and went, no, anybody who's in this industry is a leader. Anyone who's in this industry is a leader. You've chosen an incredibly elite career. You have chosen a pursuit that is rare. And I know if you're immersed in it and you're surrounded by creatives, you're like, no, everybody's an actor. No, statistically, you are in a very, very small minority having chosen a creative career. And by being a part of a small minority, by definition, you are a leader. By definition, as a minority, you are a leader. And that extends throughout. So by choosing something as elite and as specific and as unique as a creative career for a living, you are a leader, which means leadership training has to start right away. And I am so impressed by the leadership qualities that are emerging of the folks who have been enrolled in Getting Gear for the Next Tier. And if you want to join us, there you go. Come on in. Come on in. The water's fine. Start now. 100 days later, just to be clear, I'm being told day 1 is a game changer. So you don't have to wait 100 days to go, oh, look, new tier. Next tier me. That actually starts much earlier in the course if you're ready for it. But you got to be ready for it. I don't want you to do it if you're not ready. I want you to do it when you're ready for it. I find it so impressive to see how when we step into those leadership roles, they are there for us in far greater ways than we ever anticipated. And what I mean by that is when you start, Aurora, when you become an emotional athlete, hell yeah, that's perfect. Hey, Barry, so glad you're here, sweetheart. When you are stepping into your role as a leader, you find you have no time, you have no interest in sitting around bitching about what's wrong. You're going to get in there and fix it. And you may still feel resistance, and we deal with that, of course, but you're not going to go, my footage sucks, and then just sit there. You're going to go, yeah, my footage can be better in these 5 specific ways. And now I have a game plan for knocking off one of those. And at least one of those is going to be improved within the next month. And then you make it happen because that's what leaders do. And when you realize you are stepping into exactly the person you want to be, who gets asked to do interviews, who gets, who are you wearing on a red carpet, who gets to celebrate like last night at the Tonys, who gets to have these next tier experiences, you start stepping into that right now rather than feeling sorry for yourself because you don't have the agent of your dreams. You go, okay, great. How do we strategize to get the agent of my dreams? Let's do it. Let's do it. There's math. There's math involved. Let's create a game plan for it. That's it. It's quite simple. And it's so great to be able to do it from a place of so much support. And that's what we're here for. So thanks you guys for letting me chat a little bit about that. I want to leave this right now with you guys planning for next tier Eunice. What is that? When you start looking at your relationship with patients, when you start looking at your relationship with your agent or manager or a casting director or a theater director, a producer, fellow creatives of any kind, when you really take a look at where you are in your life and in your creative career, I want you to take a look at how next tier you sees this and start making decisions from up here rather than from a place of fear or a place of lack or a place of worry or not enoughness, because that shit's so last tier. No way. I cannot believe Def Jam Becca MC is here. Oh my God, you guys. Seriously, one of my best friends from college. Hey, sweetie, how are you? Of course, college was just 2 years ago. Certainly it wasn't almost 30 years ago. Sweet Jesus. Rebecca, how did that happen? How did that happen? How did college get almost 30 years ago? Not okay. No. All right, you guys. You ready to take it to the next tier? You good? Feeling fired up? Boogie boogie? Awesome. Awesome. Yay. I'll come back around, and if you posted any questions during the replay or any of those longer questions that I saw flying by on the screen while I was here recording, I will come back and try to answer those. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, come over to the Facebook group. Come to the Facebook group. Come to the Facebook group. Do I have that in my text overlays? Yes. Be ready after you nap. Alexandra, I love it. I'm so down with a nap. No, I do not have that text in here. Okay, my team is going to throw the text in here for the Facebook group. But if you just do a search for SMFA Ninjas, you'll find the Facebook group, the Self-Management for Actors Facebook group. Come on in, join us. We also have a Facebook group for all sorts of interest areas, geographical areas, Whole30, how it changed my life. Came in late, watch the replay later. Great, Laura, please do. Awesome, John. Again, congratulations on your membership in the TV Academy. You bet, Elizabeth. You know I'll bring it. You bring it. Everybody bring it. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, John. Thanks, Linda. Love you, sweetheart. Glad you're here. There is the link for the SMFA Ninjas Facebook group. Please join us, and please fill out the little thing. Don't just say join. Fill out the little thing where it asks questions, because that way I know that you get it. Because the questions are are you going to follow the rules, basically? But also, how'd you hear about this? And then you could say, oh, I saw it on the Facebook Live. And thank you for joining me for the Facebook Live. These are fun. I like doing these. It's fun to connect with y'all. And not just wait for the big free quarterly call. So July 11th, I'll see you for that. Those of you in LA, I'll see you at Thirsty Third Thursday on the 15th. Just a couple days away. All right. Bye, y'all. Stay ninja. Mwah. You're welcome, Michael. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Love y'all. Be good.